Hello, my name is Tani, and today I will be going over thinking outside the box on Albert Schweitzer, humanitarian and medical missionary. This video is exclusively for BUS 498A at Lewis Clark State College. For this thinking outside the box, I will be discussing how Schweitzer's life reflected his religious beliefs and how my faith has been reflected in my life plan. And I'll also be critically analyzing ways in which my faith helps my critical thinking when it comes to making decisions about my life. I would first like to introduce myself to you. I have been happily married for 3 years to my husband Ryan. We have 5 pets. 2 of them are dogs, 2 are cats, and we have a baby rabbit. I will be graduating spring of 2019, and I am planning to get my CPA license. Now a little bit on Albert Schweitzer. Albert Schweitzer was a son and grandson of ministers. He grew up a Christian, and he was also a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He devoted his life to helping the needy, and he went to medical school to become a medical missionary. He used his critical thinking skills to be able to decide the best place to serve as a medical missionary. Schweitzer went to Africa to help the sick and fund a hospital. These are the ways that his life reflected his religious beliefs. He had the belief that he needed to serve those that needed it the most. He took the necessary steps to be able to do this. He held to the scripture laid out in Matthew 25:35 through 40, which refers to those that are the least of these, and Mark 12:31 that states to love your neighbor as yourself. Now for me, and how my faith plays into my life plan is just a little bit of personal information on myself. I have faced infertility, the inability to conceive a child biologically. And because of this, I hope that I could possibly adopt one day. And this is a huge consideration to use critical thinking skills towards, as well as processing my emotions that come with infertility. So first, applying critical thinking skills, I have to think about finances and how it plays in financially. With adoption, this can often be expensive, or what may seem expensive. And I'll get into this a little bit later. And emotionally, often when people face infertility, they may feel sad, angry, scared, knowing that they may never have a child of their own. And this can be a very depressing thought. And it was for me at one time. So critical thinking, as stated in our class textbook, says it is a collection of skills we use every day that are necessary for our full intellectual and personal development. Now, also looking at the textbook, it makes a statement on irrational acts being done in the name of God on page 56. And also, in a study titled, Why Do You Believe in God? Relationships Between a Religious Belief, Analytic Thinking, Mentalizing, and Moral Concern, published in PLOS 1, suggests that because the human brain that is responsible for faith is not connected to the part of the brain that processes critical thinking. My critical thinking is based off of what I believe to be true, and this may not hold true to others. I see things differently as a Christian compared to before I was a Christian, and this has allowed me to personally develop myself. I hold the belief that money is not mine, but is a gift to me, and I'm to manage it well. This leads me to know that as I believe that adoption may be expensive, being expensive is just a construct that people have formed in their minds, including myself, and stops a lot of people from pursuing great things. Another thing that I have allowed myself to think critically about is my emotions towards my inability to carry a child. This can be depressing to some people and sometimes make them angry. I have been able to let go of this depression and anger because I believe that there is something greater to my life and all that happens with it. I am able to better process negative emotions. Everyone has a need, but I can't serve everyone. Just as Schweitzer was able to critically think about who he could serve, I can also say that I hope I will be able to give a child parents someday. I thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a lot about myself and Albert Schweitzer. Thank you.